And so now we understand you sit over a gold mine of data, which is easier to query. Tell us a little bit about, walk us through what does Luxury IQ MCP actually does. Like let's say I'm a marketer, director at a luxury brand. How does my day look like before and after Luxury IQ MCP?
Well, let's take a few very concrete cases. I think that will be more practical.
Yeah.
But you're a marketing director, you work for Rolex, and you're benchmarking yourself across Omega, and your key markets for your next campaigns are going to be Japan and the US. And so pretty much in order to formulate an assessment, you're going to have to assess the search demand for your brand versus your competitors in those two markets. You're going to have to assess the movements in the secondary market. What products are reselling? How quickly are they reselling? At what price? You're going to have to analyze their social media performance, the type of campaign they run at what time. You talk about 3-4 analyst requests that each one of them would take 2-3 days turnaround to be fulfilled. And that's in a best case scenario. That's in a scenario where you put aside the fact that you're going to depend on, in many cases, that data being available at the market level and not necessarily at the global one. So you add a layer of dependencies on your different markets, that data being only compiled by your third-party vendors. And so, yeah, it's 3-4 analyst requests with a 2-3 days turnaround. It could also very well be a 2-3 weeks turnaround. And so now, typically, how does this change? Well, you're going to ask directly in Claude, how is my brand standing versus that brand into those two markets? And we're going to be able to extract the relevant data. We're going to be able to go tap into the search data, the social data, the secondary market data, and so on, and to formulate within a minute a comprehensive overview and a fact-based assessment. And so, again, everybody uses the same AI engine. Everybody has the same pair of eyes right now. What you see here really depends on where you stand. Generic AI is going to be able to tell you if Rolex is more popular than the other brand in Japan. It won't be able to tell you why the Submariner demand shifted by 12% and what it means for your pricing and so on. And so this is really that instantaneity, but also that depth and that width data that can be queried right now with the Luxury IQ MCP.
This is amazing. That's super cool. So you say use case number one amongst many is you're a brand director, you need to launch a new product in a new country. It used to take days, if not weeks, to understand the positioning of your product within the ecosystem that exists there. And now in a minute, you can start to iterate, get a very, very strong insight based on facts, which is really mind-blowing. That's super cool.